The number one thing that has made us successful by far is obsessive-compulsive focus on the customer. If you're not stubborn, you'll give up on experiments too soon. And if you're not flexible, you'll pound your head against the wall and you won't see a different solution to a problem you're trying to solve. A brand for a company is like a reputation for a person. You earn reputation by trying to do hard things well. To invent, you have to experiment, and if you know in advance that it's going to work, it's not an experiment. If you never want to be criticized, for goodness sake don't do anything new. Invention is by its very nature disruptive. If you want to be understood at all times, then don't do anything new. We can't be in survival mode. We have to be in growth mode. In the old world, you devoted 30% of your time to building a great service and 70% of your time to shouting about it. In the new world, that inverts. One of the only ways to get yourself out of a tight box is to invent your way out. Work hard, have fun, make history. The death knell for any enterprise is to glorify the past, no matter how good it was. What's good for customers is good for shareholders. We've had 3 big ideas at Amazon that we've stuck with for 18 years, and they're the reason we're successful. 1. Put the customer first. 2. Invent. 3. Be patient. Most people, he said, think that if they work hard, they should be able to master a handstand in about 2 weeks. The reality is that it takes about 6 months of daily practice. If you think you should be able to do it in 2 weeks, you're just going to end up quitting. Unrealistic beliefs on scope, often hidden and undiscussed, kill high standards. To achieve high standards yourself or as part of a team, you need to form and proactively communicate realistic beliefs about how hard something is going to be. People who are right most of the time are people who change their minds often. As a company grows, everything needs to scale, including the size of your failed experiments. If the size of your failures isn't growing, you're not going to be inventing at a size that can actually move the needle. If we can keep our competitors focused on us while we stay focused on the customer, ultimately we'll turn out all right. If you double the number of experiments you do per year, you're going to double your inventiveness. In the end, we are our choices. What's dangerous is not to evolve. I knew that if I failed I wouldn't regret that, but I knew the one thing I might regret is not trying. Entrepreneurs must be willing to be misunderstood for long periods of time. If you're doing anything interesting in the world, you are going to have critics. You can't stop it. Move forward. It's not worth losing any sleep over. Complaining is not a strategy. You have to work with the world as you find it, not as you would have it be. Stress comes from ignoring the things that you shouldn't be ignoring. One of the huge mistakes people make is they try to force an interest on themselves. You don't choose your passion chooses you. If we think long-term, we can accomplish things that we couldn't otherwise accomplish. Life is too short to hang out with people who aren't resourceful. When the world changes around you and when it changes against you, what used to be a tailwind is now a headwind. You have to lean into that and figure out what to do, because complaining isn't a strategy. Your margin is my opportunity. Failure and invention are inseparable twins. A company shouldn't get addicted to being shiny, because shiny doesn't last. If you don't understand the details of your business, you are going to fail. You need to be nimble and robust. So you need to be able to take a punch, and you also need to be quick and innovative and doing new things at a high speed. That's the best defense against the future. You have to always be leaning into the future. If you're leaning away from the future is going to win every time. My advice on adversity and success would be to be proud not of your gifts, but of your hard work and your choices. The solar system can support 1 trillion humans. And then would have 1,000 Mozarts and 1,000 Einsteins. The human brain is an incredible pattern-matching machine. If you do build a great experience, customers tell each other about that. Word of mouth is very powerful. There'll always be serendipity involved in discovery.